Nya fuel coupon, wait when you gift vouchers, and answer souvenirs are a free Imperial General for her. Nemo so you'll be out no more any and she be answer and now Tim can wait you Imperial General. Now I policy no AB. I check the end of Emma Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Obeni imagine.
Yeah, Nana.
Now what to say?
Yamia Dumia Hoye. Ujidisa onso hoye.
Onyanko pardon me hoye pa.
Yamia se.
Now, any 2025 National Budget Review?
Yeah, mefa afidie kese so ede achia atiefo nyina na encha kese no every Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry. Your president, your friend no Stefan Miezan, dodo na friend Abbas. Na jumedie da yenimu eye National Budget Review no. Eye akwanya bia Ghana National Chamber of Commerce ye faso na ye mpense mu ewo bra abande ne budget eye national budget na eba no na ye hu entoto ya aban wo ma ankwankra nyumakuo ese ntoto ya na abande eba no ebeboa ye ebema ye tumpon ana se wo se ye gina yie because baby aban fa ne hotoro eno nti ye ni ya enema ebribia budget ne beba no chamber for nso ye ne nimdifo a womote budget na se ehia na wo ma kirekiremu na nyumakuo no so atimi afa saa akonya so ahyehye ayen hyehye ya be ma omunyuma no atumpon nti no na eye program da ye nim sesi ye
ti mo ya ma hwan mo
ye ya ma ankra nyumakuo nyina a potokasem no ye kan se private sector operators afi so ye wo stakeholders a omunye private sector omunyina ye nkrofo a ye no omudi ensawoso nti bribia ye beye saa program atise no ye frɛ omunyina ma omo beta ye chi na titru no ye frɛ ankra nyumaku a ye private sector operators ese obi a wo ye wadwuma no o se wonhu aban hyehye ya ode aba ese ebeboa wo ana se emoa wo nti yi ye program a ye fa so na ye bohu dawro se obi amra metie ne ye kan bi na ye ntu ho anamo na emoa ye nyuma no
moya wa hin na moya na da ben
nyame ya doma ye be ye no Tuesday be ye branda 18th March ewo Alisa Hotel nyame ya doma no nkru pepepe eye 9 am na dwumadie no ahyase
na akasafo ne yehifo
akasafo no eye empanifo bi a omabin ewo sikakra bianse mu pa de odi kan no ye Professor Godfred Bokpin a wo University of Ghana Business School eba sikasem ene aban ensem efa sikakra ho a yedumse opani wabin pa ono ye obi a yato ensafre no ena ye member friend of Mr. Joe Jackson ono to no ye chief executive officer Emma Dallas Finance ono so eka ne ho a ono ne ba bedi sa adwuman na the host of the program no ye Chamber of Commerce president Mr. Stefan Miezan a dodo na friend Abbas ye partners so Absa Bank of Ghana MD Dr. Edward Natebotwe ono so be dwumadi ase ababekasa na waye ncheche ya ma adwadifo okoya mbafa so omunyuma betumpon.
Okay. Enti nyame adma obi atimi ba anase mo onipa sonko be mahada ato nsa from so mo na emra
obi a betimi aba na emum akwanya ewo ho ne se ewo se wo frɛ na yetimi register ye mpese nkofo no beba ba abusu na obi nya ba bi ntena eti akwanya wo ho se obi a efri ne enkosi adwada obetimi afrɛ no obetimi aba dwumadie ni bi na ye wo number bi a breba ye de betudwa na obi a pese obabi no obetimi ababi na ukoye social media handles no nyina nso a registration ewo ho a obetimi ascan na wa register na watimi abeta yachi.
I see. And Benada Airway ewo Aliza Hotel.
Yes, and the pepe.
Okay. Then I can be ma opese de esoso ansana ye wi san come no pay.
The ye kan say Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry adwumakuo no enwumakuo nyina batan wo Ghana ha ye gina ho ma enwumakuo ento obi bia wo ohaw ewo wadwuma mu no bra na ye ni oni nkita ho na ye nhwe okwan a ye befa so a ye betimi aboa na wadwuma no etimi atumpon ko ye wogidi se enwumakuo wo Ghana ha na ye private sector no se etimi tumpon a aban so betimi enya omo taxes ema oman no etime develop na Ghana afa ne ntoma pefra ento bibia wo ye ankrankra adwuma a wo how ana wo hia mwa bia no uto anamo na oba Ghana National Chamber of Commerce a yebetimi aya wo mwa yebeboa ama wadwuma no akonkan
anope yadase bibia kire adwen a yebeba na ye fan saying despite media manfre
despite media said ye munim no yedi kan de krata aba yetimi nye bibia ti say a yebeyi despite media every mo ka ho krata edawachi e de bia wo sorry fidie so a me wagidi say on sabeka na wa so abeboye chidom
sawa ho
sabe pepe
nti we sure pass chamber nti mo konam ko budget na tokuru bi de man betimi abo betimi
ansa na ye be start dwumadie na me no opani bi edi hu nkomo ye de ye adwuma ye nye partisan nti said ye tie bia no sa na ye ka no aban bia ba ye ne ye adwuma se ne anamo a wutuo no ye gidi se beboa ankorankora nwumaku a ye beboa abaso ye fe se ehun tocheman so a ye betwe adwuma titu se opani ba bia wuku de anka ofa nifa ana ofa benkuma ebeboa anyum ankorankora nwumaku no enti ye de ye gina finfin ebre bia o se ye kasa bia no ye kasa ye nye partisan
mate nyame nka mo ho na monwene Ghana ho na monye de betumi ama Ghana etumpon
medase na mepese se kwan ho mede number ebetu do bibi o pese of friend na obadwuma ne bi no na watimi afre ye numbers ne ye 020 43 55 221 mami si ye no so biem 020 43 55 221 second number so ye 050 16 34 781 me say it to be 050 16 34 781 enti ofra ye be register everything ende enkosi juada dwumadie ne ye brada enti brada de ofra ebe kachi ebe ye too late se betimi register na efre ende nkwa enkosi juada de obibia opese oba no ofra sa ahomatrovo esu a ye betimi register na wabeka ye ho ne edi sa adwuma
yes that's papa yankopon enkam ho penia yere no ekasa ye friend Frederick Edu Amoakon, head of operations and protocol Ghana National Chamber of Commerce and Industry na menena wie penia mene no ba be din komo oye MP Ofuase Ayirebi oye MP ewo Ofuase Ayirebi oye former minister information and a former minister works and housing nemum and na ye ka say na shebedwam on mu okobi atudin committee on economy ono and we ranking member ewo saku no so ba ni nyina de ya na me ho no nhyadan ehia me papa ba bi ehia me pa ne se oye yenu ansa nchironi ehon de ehia me pa ayagoju
nana
matching
yenu na say
yango adom now say
o nyame adom odi ache
na no na mene father kasa ena o say esi ana esi na o kasa na o de say weje adwuma no hokra once a month de dabe host show back
go say de opposition MP nti o say mbepe bi na me we nke bi abe Sunday awia na mo de ama me na che
eti de peta mai why
mate
peta mai ne bepe bi ama na parliament say
o nyame adom boko afi na im say aban no adwuma nkasa opeso ye no wafi ase de ehun krata abanti afi na ye fi ase a yesese na mo betumi de abo aban no ya hwe ne abo aban
bo men komo Ofuase Ayirebi say
nyame adom ye boko mami nchia mempanimfo a begidi sa no pe omo etie yo brempondo binti nana Ofuase hin nana no mahemfo a ewo ya various fanese areas ni na mu ewo district ni mu party mpanimfo mema me papa no michiom nyina
yeah then nyame ase Abenase wo constituency ana
Abenase na the gateway to Ofuase Ayirebi nyina
Abenase me ma me free who
oh I see
Abenase
I see me sure say no pray omuti o
opa okay obani nano na moamunua ato ese ato na ese o ato
ese o ato
oba parliament ebeka budget ja mamintie prelims de obeka afa budget no ho ne nneɛma wu man sa na afi yakɔ specifics no so.
In fact no enyumre me do fie mabofra ba ko a otimi nchen wo fie question obisa me say da anti budget no da de anti na me to me bo a kire no mu say so onim de friend akohoma sika ye ka say obi abo akohoma oti ase ana no say an say bia oni ukun wo ho ana bi no anam say ha no ye akohoma sika na akohoma no bebo a say ebia we abrantie wasi so wo pese wo bobra kwa anim ti wo bebo akohoma na wo bo no ebia aduane kakra de be ya ma wana say baby kakra pese wo tena wo dan pese wo si bibi kakra pese wo to watumi dia ye akohoma no bebo a e wo so ye adwuma kakra ti bia be ko by day kakra na be ko akọ ye adwuma o factory bi mu kakra na obenye adwuma o baby no waje waketua nti aketua na wo je no eno na wo de bo akohoma sa aketua na nso a se bia ne wakọ by day wo ko ye no sika na wo hwe wo nsa nka ba wo so wo bo akohoma na de abe ne se wo bebisa wadamfo bi se chale unya 200 bi mame me wo by day contract bi amekọ akọ na se nya mmae nti nka bo me besia kakra na me mfa mo akohoma ti wo se nipa bia na adwumaku bia na di kan wankasa waketua a woje ana wo revenue a woje na de tosumi no besia kakra e bia ho kire ba wo body atato no eno na wo kan bom e fre no total revenue na fi wo de abo akohoma a e fre no expenditure na aban no ani suade hu ene be kire akohoma o pese obo se wabom na kire wado nti aban no ani suade hu na be kire na akohoma wo so obo akohoma e wo so obo na be kire eto kakra obegije ne besia kakra obeje e de aka ho na afi watumi abosa akohoma no bosa akohoma na se obo no bebie wo se ekoyi a ama oman na konanim nti sa akohoma sika no se bia aka se o me pese me di emuse kosidan me pese me di emuse hwe me nkwala wo suku me pese me di emuse eye dwetire e mankofo nya adwuma ana se me yiri nya adwuma ya obo se abusuan be de be konanim sa akohoma sika no woka so se me pese me to bie BSC me pese de aka no me di ese me di twa manum so no so bewie no ubenya hunsunsanso yeseseni na ye behu se ti afie we obra na oboy na akohoma sika no de ade boy na konanim ana se ankonanim eno na ya o mfra no GDP growth no ti metume bo chekere ni mu na me gidi se na ye nkomo ye benya akwanya ne ahwe oman na kohoma sika eto aye gibisia aye bo titiri udi aye de ye na yahwe ne nsunsuanso se beso aba papa bi e de amaya.
Okay, kakra minsu minim ne se budget bia ba ya edi kan kire bebia ye free bebia be dru ne agina no so aye nhihye ya ye de ko ye da achi mu aban a mujaye e de ma we sikasama mujade ma aban ya tie konwa so sesi e de na mo munim dada de na mo maka kire yen dada ene de osoafo no ba be kan no ehe na nsunsuanso no sunsun ye da
na o se ansana ai Dr. Force na be kan budget no ye di kan bo no kokose on bomode no ni no kure wo Ghana sikasem say he should be truthful to the economic record of Ghana. Na on hwe na wamba meye frakadam bia wo emusan say na yatete e wo form say pressure party no di gu no so say on be kan bibi bonem fa Ghana sikasem ho na pressure na no ede wo be kaya even answer no ba no man pani na nka say di kan ka say economy no ya mhwesu yi fa brofo you say criminally managed na Ghana no crampa be crime scene ana afi utieti mu so as a pressure da no so say ombeka bibi ma nkyere say Ghana sikasem anko yi na se me do be kwa kire a obkai abra ban we ka so be national economic dialogue no ye ka say se susu ampa o mo se national economic dialogue ne di nti o mo ye ne se o mpese o mo ko hu bebia Ghana sikasem edura na ne hu hia dialogue ansana wa hu bebia edu san se Ghana sikasem mpese o hu emu no kra ye onwuma ko be ya miensa na nan enye party for ene kanya MPP nya ndisi ne beka o man nkasa onwuma nko be ya nan o be kire bebia Ghana sikasem edu ba ko ye friend Ghana Statistical Service o mo no mo sese o man ni na mpuntu nti se osika no se wo de to bi ani chinchinga ana wo de hwe nkwala wo school ana wo de bie adwuma o mo wi o mo no be calculate asese a kire o se no nti no afie we o man mpuntu na kosise nti Statistical Service wo Bank of Ghana e wo ho o mo na omo publish boso me bi on publish the friend summary of economic and financial data to mine hu sika sem nyina ya account ahodo baby sika wo baby ka wo omo publish ni na your finance ministry ankasa finance minister no ena da no ansa na se chire wadwen a utumi ne abrofu IMF wo ni ade edi nkomo omo so mo data bebre nti wo pegana sika sem baby abedu pa unhia conference Yamincha de adie be chima minister na be kan budget no Ghana Statistical Service for eba abonten be publish data. Almost say Ghana sikasem as at 2024 December. Ye sorry if ya konwa so no. Na epeja abisi ni dada mu. Ase chere sen obeka ya ye ba ban mu 2017 no. Na afie bia oman no etumpon ko nanimu a etumpon ohanchiche mu miensa ne achiri po 9 just 3.4% growth. Na eno na ye campaign 2016 ye ka say yinime kwan a betumi afa so ma oman no mpuntu no akọ nanim wano te Ghana 40 ye asem de mae ye ba ye no mfie miensa na di kan ansa na to renchem ne beto ye no ye peja mu fiti ohanchiche mu miensa achiri po 9 3.4% no ye peja mu ti afie bia na Ghana sika se me tumpon kọ nanim ohanchiche mu be ye nson average 7% growth for the first 3 years ansa na wahala ye ba 2020 Duwe ya 2021, 2022, and nsi obro yen pa 23, 24 no na fi ye tumi ai boy ho modern say ye dane mu. Statistical Service for say at the end of 24 no na oman no mpunto na say peja biom ama bedu ohanchiche mu enum ne achiri ponso 5.7% growth. Nti na ye hwe anim say minister no ba obeka no kre. Number 2, say onya gitum say oman na konanim 5.7% growth pe. Now the other part so say ye sika nkasa akosisen oza ban dada no do baby no mkaso ye nyom skebia Statistical Service for say economy no adwuma ye year 2024 oman ni mu nyina wasa na ye MPP4 ye susu say ye bedu 1 trillion Ghana cedis no e ba na ye 1.2 trillion abrosopo onya kasa apene kire say ye ka a eda ho no ne nsunsuanso no so ate Inti the abroni friend debt to GDP ratio. Sene ya wode wo kabe toto usika sem no ejapade ho no na afie swate. Inti ohwe ni nyina na poso a na chese Ghana sika sem no no crossa ho kire by 2021 2022. But by 2023-24 na afie usisi atomu se sika sem no adane anesa. Tini ehwe anim se oba obeka no kre. Oba ye no kre de ede. Odi no kre won sem ni bi ho. Until growth 5.7 no ojitu afi edu baby e wo so kan ye ka no hunsunsan so 61.8% of GDP no o kasa be 1.5 hours to 2 hours one mosoda no yi nani to nchen meanwhile campaign time no dey boy echi say 80 something e could do 100 po and the finance minister be do parliament na 61.8 a wo yi nani empo dia etwa ye nsunu mu ye wo hwe national account na wasisi ato ho no yesisi national account no uti your expenses efi sika abanya emu ewia na so man sika sem ejina yie positive primary balance nesan so pese oboa NDC propaganda na no mayenti no do ye ne say okukukuru sika bi be 49 billion bi obi ehu bebi fi bae no se wa betie no afi sikam to uti fi mu a na chese Ghana aboka honey the first problem budget you come and ada no efiase na mame nto bebo nchiro mu kakra nti etise mo Peace FM ha sei mo ye djuma afie no mo Kokrokoo mo other programs na mo tonton advert mo anya huska mo tete expenses afim ti mo nya mfaso kakra accountant no wa ha no finance manager no wa no besisin we nyina na waba be body rule say ye wie ye no ye nya mfaso accountant ne pese o kire se MD ba ko na no wo ho wanye na adwuma yi nti no accountant ne wie o se o si form no maami bi gina ho se ye de ne ka enti maami no se ye de ne ka no ondo mu asukon hwe se sa aka ne no kra na nya no kra o but wate afie sika nim enu ti aboka na se mu Peace FM for kra beti ase na wa be gina parliament aba be ka kire Ghana ban ne the whole country say account no de da ho a positive primary balance nemum yes ye de decade o baby be 49 billion ti what efim nti say no akwa do negative wasu wie ya wasan agye atum say nemo mo hwehwe mu hu say no krenti brofo de ye no say ye frɛ no unaudited claims na no ye dress kokɔ budget ni mu a ɛhɔ na wo hu say enye no korɛ enema be 9 ema ne dead di say saa de no enye no krenti ɛhɔ no ɛna ɛbɛyɛ the first set of issues are you starting in nya problem our budget no ba ye koy nim nya bra make kyerɛ mu dia e me dead say saa asɛm no kan nya no korɛ number 2 ye akoto about 2024 no ye nyina ya drink obenkum say ye hia bibia economics for friend of fiscal consolidation wo hwɛ oman na ko huma sikara wo say me di kan kyerɛ say wo na wo bɔ obra wo bɛkɔ akɔ by day kakra anso a wabɔ besia kakra na afi ɛno na wo de bɔ akɔhoma nti senka wo ya account on the debit side no and I say on the credit side rather no obewo wo revenue any wo borrowing wo financing na fi wo de no abebo akohoma wako by day kakra challenge wo nya 200 bi ma me fi wo de account na fi wo de no abebo akohoma nti ye gitu mu say akohoma sika na ye de esi eni so say ye bo na wo soro e wo soro ni nti amato no akosoro ana ama besia bɔ na kɔsoro nti yɛn kan bɔ ano kakra yɛn tete to no so yɛn te besia bɔ no so na afia akɔhoma sika no so yɛn den yɛn kan ɛmo ano kakra minister baya nse no madi kan yɛ campaign sɛ yɛbɛtete to so yɛbɛtete to so baya ɔbɛ announce to ɔbɛ nsia in fact yɛn nso baba ko de na yɛ mienu nyina krampo yɛ fi ase yɛ ho adwuma sɛ baba nti no yɛn kan ho rotos yɛn kan ho ɔbaa yɛ no se to ɔbɛ nsia obi yɛ free hɔ. In fact, so announce say we year for NDC for pro NDC media near the my home paperwork so a tobe nsiana we year free ho amagana for ho hare wo metobe nsia we year for e do mo asu no you say nya no kra mienu pe yinya bra me kyerɛkyerɛ mu ebio bosia bɔ no say obete so no wo hwɛ numbers na wo budget ni mu a we pagya mu kra in fact asat enano pay bosia wa boy be 73 billion Ghana cedis as at a nano pay.
Bosome miensa. By
enenumre no nsia. No asan bobe 5 billion account. Ene obebo bisia Friday auction obebo bisia ne be 5 billion account. Inti by memenda no pa no. Na buy no abobisia jama almost be 78 billion. Ekeka ko 80 billion cedis. Inti eto na ye say ye tete so no. Do catch and say we nsia fi wo no. Wo hwe numbers ni mu a mienu pe no we eno de to 9 ababe shechiri na no brofo na ode kata so nti na odi kan kan ye no nkofo bibiri anche da ehu ode to 9 na abe shechiri ena besia no so e wo se ote so no se besia no we pagam asa enne ebedu be 78 enna na ye kasa wo sese a by afie we awie ye no no abo besia over 200 billion Ghana cedis okay na ko homa sika no so e akohoma sika na okachire say he's going to cut expenditure oba vetting okachire say obe cut expenditure campaign time okachire say obe cut expenditure in fact that year approve ni vetting me na me kasa ma minority na me kai ni say cut na wo cut no hwe na nkwa affect some key projects obaya we pagya budget no mu rather nti MPP ye fi abem no ye budget appropriation ye 250 billion cedis Obaya will pay them from 250 billion cedis to 290 billion cedis. Just on the 40 billion and I account. Sa 40 billion numpon keshishe niema edimpuntu any juma any ahunhare beba enkankofo ebenya hope ba kohwe baby asika na kosha akoshishe niema emfa ejuma emfa empuntuo emfa ahohare emomeni mu nene no ane ya kyerem se first no be kaya menua okujeto ablakwa no a foreign minister no be a press conference say Akufo-Addo afani pa bebre wo Jubilee House ne sorry ha you spend 327 million Ghana cedis wo Jubilee House enye ye sesika and then this baben mu a oso opese o kire yen say ono on spend this scan into the oye ni say what number of ministers any number of presidential staffers eso nti de bia wo kan oso ministers no kakra bi presidential staffers no kakra bi ye krampo ye ka so ye kra na ye wo opposition tama you about me be leader of the party o ka so baben mu a ono krobeti so about 50 nti say what so dia nkenye bad nemom what is no ma yenhu se sika no so ayeden eso ate baby ani spend 327 million no and now kohwe budget ni 2.7 billion Ghana cedis.
Now almost spend this saying
327 million.
327 million.
Yes. For compensation, our Office of Government Machinery.
Ghana cedis.
Mekano, you simply make us a Jubilee House.
Okay. And also saying
2.7 billion.
2.7 billion.
Aye.
Okay, Pachotoaso.
Enti se ukoshe se cut no hifan. In fact, uko Jubilee House budget almost say be research Jubilee House. Research no unim nebo. 50 million Ghana cedis.
But your research they we are seeing him say expensive for.
Na ade a wo se wo bete budget no so no. Sikani ho Independence Day kra yenye. E time o ka say what Independence Day yenye ye be wo Jubilee House. Time a president mass speech no say what dey o kan o say nka Independence Day anka e be cost ya he
21 million.
Aye. We research in kwa wo Jubilee House 50 million Ghana cedis. Omu we are research department no kwa no omu say akade a omu hia 20 million. Odi bomu no 70 million. Independence Day no da na me hwe obi video no say so we Independence Day po a nkofo a ton niema wo ho nkwala e komachi ni o ton socks the auto eno krampo no sika wa spending stimulate some economic activity. We research 50 million any ehwa kan 20 million na bedu 70 million no economic activity be na stimulate. Memfanya mfato bi na hwade campaign back wa NDC for year pa ne say e man to maom no mbo mbebie bank kese back wa mama e friend Women's Development Bank say osese Ufa Banking and Specialized Deposit Institutions Act 930 now osese say sika he no mu hia e de ebie bank na uhia be 1.5 billion cedis e de ebie bank no na ukọ budget no mu sika om de ama bank na ye 51 million Ghana cedis but you were 2.7 billion at the Jubilee House. Emu be 70 million. 70 million for research, no. So saying the omode ma for a ma bank no crampo. Bet me do wako through niema bibraba who say, and niema omusi almost spend sika on no. Enye niema e de sebe enyuma anampuntu eba o mu in any way. In fact, se me ko budget speech no. Nama kinkain baby omsi ka akosha achrewa omsi for example person spend $279 million edi bi adwuma bi a friend gold board no no mbeto to gold wo Ghana no makoton gold wo abrochire sika nko ehia $300 million o multiply by 15 a obehu baby a say sika na kwakodu in Ghana cedis na gold board no adwuma mo ba be no eye adwuma first na ankrankra adwuma anase ankrankra na eye obi wo Ghana wakoje ne license say oba export gold inti obi fi India na say Dubai na hemfa no sending a dollar maybe $1 million $2 million no they say $1 million $2 million no or they are to gold from small scale miners EB owi na watene mfa so na wa export bronin gold akoma no inti gold export industry no yenji sika wo bi aho ene NDC aban say sika na enso ma onye bi nye ni key priorities no or the mu $300 million or the kwako bie adwumaku e friend gold board na sa gold board na obeto gold no akoton abrochi o abra broni na ready kure sika say ginato gold mami ofa bibi ti say omo say your friend is saying free sanitary pads emma yenka say ehun hia 292 million Ghana cedis we say no krenya mieni dodo ni na bege importation e di abagana ha say ofa say akosombo dam nsu a fa ankofo no be spending 240 million cedis ofa tidal waves nansenya agaveji die another 200 million cedis nti ukohwe budget mu na afi ukase wo hwehwe babia eniema de enyuma eni mpuntuo ebeba eho mo no bo se skeni ho babia sebi enyado unhyɛ dan hu kwan e be create sustainable enwuma ne ade no ɛhɔ na sika no akɔ government communication kwa madam for Felix ene Shamima omo budget a yetwa ma omo e Jubilee House 78 million Ghana cedis. And so okay say first no ka chense omo information ministry inti eswate and then no 78 million Ghana cedis. Inti de tosu mienu de na obi a hwe anim se mo se mo bete to so mo bete bosiabo nanka budget no kra mo ate so na mo te super mo be maska ko key areas omo manifesto 273 promises are wo hwe siska bekom no sika nye ho neko according to other niema emfa mpuntuo emba. Then number 3 the air friend no everyday issues usa ansa na ye ko budget no utie radio uhwe TV a enkomo ankofo dipa ne se budget na ye ko ne ye hwe se de ahoto bebre nti di kan se ne nyinam nkane abo fa so kosoro no ye pese hu se budget no aye bibi ma eso bete se ne petrol bo e fa so kosoro no ye pese hu se budget na ye hu bibi e beso ano. In fact afie we say makan ni yem say petrol bo akosoro be yem prensa since the beginning of this year. And now can this manifesto say the special petroleum levy no or the no ebe so yasin na ama petrol bo ankosoro nti no bi ahwe nim say bibi fi waba a friend is saying Ukraine ma fi abrochiri ba eto a deda so a na ya pass him rebi a friend no special import levy a ebewu afiewi na bi kra ahwe nim say aban ne kro ntwen ma bill no enwu ono akra be yie fi ho ofa bibi ti say adwuma na nkofo ohwe say aban de ideas bi be ba ebe ma adwuma ba na o budget ni mu for example fa enyinam nkania aban na announcement say boso memiensa bia obeto enyinam nkania mu. Secondly, gas na ye de nua enyinam nkania no subsidy na MPP aban edema IPPs na omo produce gas no aban na yi subsidy na fio nti utie finance minister say petrol or say gas no boy free $7 per MMBTU say e ko 8.4 per MMBTU because aban na yi subsidy na ye de so gas no mo no we ye fio nti not only say enyinam kane abo be kosoro bosome miensa bia but ebe kosoro at a higher rate because they say input cost no eden e kosoro ti wo na wo hwe anim say enyinam kane abo ebe gina na ebe ba form so be kai ye koto aba 9 pp Dr. Baumia manifesto ni ye ka say ye pese ye ko into solar 2000 megawatts na to me reduce the escalating prices of energy no and then this aban budget or the buy no ono ankasa de ahyem say nyinam nkane abo be kosoro boso miense bo say your friend quarterly adjustment
yeah.
Ebio petrol special petroleum levy ananka wo expect say o say ode no be so petrol asin no wanka ho asem o budget nim nti de etedada no saa nete ne bo kosoro wo amanone a e che say ne bo be kosoro e wo Ghana ha say na de ya ne say levy a ye pass humra ebewu afie we say for import na nkofo hwe anim say aban no kra be ye free ho sa abre aban na sign the levy no abeto ho from 2026 2027 2028 or the levy for fraba 2026 2027 2028 if any special import levy into spare parts bo na eba na nanka wo hope say levy ni free wa spare parts bo be ba form no say it's a spare parts ne bo na nye den e ma form. Now the spare parts are nebo kosoro ne petrol nebo kosoro bomu na che say transport fares so be den e be konanim nti energy prices reset na ye hwe no amma transport fares reset na ye hwe no enya de beba even adwuma ukọ budget ni mu a say paragraph 478 aban na advertise say omfa nkofo wa ban adwuma mu afie we say ayo mu se metumi akan Potokasa na chewa. Or say the government will implement the following measures to keep the wage bill within sustainable levels. Fully implement the net freeze on employment by immediately putting on hold all recruitments and replacements into the public service. Tiwana wo hwe nim say aban no be fankofo ewo abanwuma mu kakra. On say emfi abesin kwe ye na afie bia no yetumi page o mani sikamu a ne ama financial clearance ne afabi ye page o mani ama financial clearance ne afabi o say afie we say net freeze ɛno na ama yɛ suspect sɛ nti saa nkɔfo ɔmo pam wɔn adwuma mu a ɔmo baeɛ no ɔmo ba abɛn mu ɔmo pam wɔn no ɛɛbo apayo because ɔmo pɛ sɛ ɔmo create artificial shortage artificial vacancy na based on saa artificial vacancy no wɔn atumi recruit saa afo yɛ ayɛ dɛn ɛde wɔn ahyɛ mu nti wɔn a na ɛhwɛ anim sɛ wɔn bɛnya adwuma under this particular economic policy aban ne de ban first we advertise a net freeze on employment second adwuma deɛ ɛnyɛ aban nko na tumi fo obiara wɔ adwuma mu nti aban asodie da so ne sɛ obɛma ɔman no adwuma sɛm ne sika sɛm no ayɛ den epagya nti wo kan economic theory now say economic expansion economy no e grow a create room ɛma private sector no kra ɔmo ɛfa nkɔfoɔ ɛwɔ mo adwuma mu nti abre bia no wo yɛ aban a so wo create environment a ɛbɛma economy na kɔ n'anim yɛ ba aban mu 2017 to 2020 ɛna me di kan ka kyerɛ sɛ economy yɛ pagya mu from 3.4 to 7 nti ɛkɔ n'anim no ne yɛ fɛ nipa yɛ bɛwie na abɛdu 5.7 ɛno na ɔsese ni na bomu a nipa bɛyɛ 2.3 million ɛna snate register a say ɔma bɛgye snate numbers who did you see from that a ɔma nyɛ adwuma sese aban policy economic policy ɔde baeɛ no Ghana Statistical Service for the Finance Ministry for 16 years nyɛ me kwadwo na me ka ɔmo 16 years no ɔmo se yɛ 5.7 na yɛn yɛ du yɛ na yɛn nuanom NDC for se enso ani enye no NDC economic policy ne budget ɔde aba no kra enuru 5.7 ɔse edura yɛ 4.4 to 4.4 no sɛ 7% ne 5.7 ekreti nyuma 2.3 na nso ani a 4.4 no ahene be kreti ɛno nti wo na wo hwɛ anim sɛ dwuma bi ɛɛba no sese no budget no any economic policy ne ba na bɛda di sɛ enyuma a na wo expect sɛ bɛba ho no enya de bɛdan ɛbɛba saa ɛbɛba po a enuru the MPP yɛ no ansana the last thing on sa key issues no there brony friend of food inflation sɛne aduane boɔ ɛkɔ so na wo bɛka ya ɛkɔto aba no na nkɔmɔ ba kɔ okrom ne sɛ aduane boɔ ayɛden fa advert ni bi kra na yɛ sɛ wo fa dɔkon ba kɔ ahwɛ sɛne a ɛte ani adeɛ na bere bia ne kyɛ sɛ aban na wo sɛ wo bɔ ho modern sɛ food inflation kwan aduane boɔ fa so kɔsoro no wo bɛyɛ na wasom na ɛso ate nti kɔ budget ni kɔ economic policy ni mu na hwɛ sɛ den na aban no ɛyɛ afa food inflation ho the MPP aban yɛ a na yɛ sɛ yɛ boa kuafoɔ mo produce more na yɛ the agric mechanization centers aboa ma ɔmo kaso ate ɛno ana aban we ɔsɛ ɔbɛyɛ wato ne din foforɔ sɛ agric expansion and transformation agenda ɔsɛdeɛ ɛno ana ɔbɛyɛ na mmom nneɛma mmiɛnsa nan a na aka akyire nti wontumi control food prices. Number 1, porous borders obi dua bro ni wie na afi bo nso ɔde afa Burkina kɔ nti ade a wɔsɛ bagana na sa dɔɔso ɛma aduane bo ba fam no ɛma. Number 2, transportation challenges obi akɔtɔ aduane no ɛwɔ yeji transportation ɔde bɛba ti oba bɛdu ha no na aduane ne bo kɔsoro sɛ fi wɔ transport ɛsan akɔ a yɛnyɛ ho hwee no transportation challenge bibia nsan hɔ. Number 3, post-harvest storage. Now reduce post-harvest losses. Omunka ho hwe budget no hwe mo intervention bia any ho. Ansa na number 4, liberalized market regime. Nyo na abechiro bi se na on turn in toes. Nti bo sa ade no udua ne sen wafo mo ebedu mokola dwom ana ebedu onion market no. Na ne bo na eden ekosoro wo hwe budget mu a solution bia nim. Nti wo sesen kekani na abomu a eni da so na em say nkofo hwe anim say obenya o budget nim say eni da so no ama eno na nra yenya kwan tena ase ye press conference ye de ni na to dwa na yenya bre na afi ye go into fiscal tables na meyi ne ma bi adanet di e de akyerew
yo onmanya fokojo upon kroma ena ye ne no etwetwe nkomo no enra adom kuma no friends and chofo ene ye kasa e fa budget no niema omonso ahu ewo ho eno ho komo ena no pay ye ne onmunyamfo kojo upon kroma ADA. Now minister yenko sector by sector ne ade bibi ti say government communication senia o kan say de Shamima ne Felix nko a say o mienu pe na ekwa adwuma ewo ho why information minister da na abra na information minister ne yenim say mo sign work communication at the presidency and you na hin edano sabre no na wo wakọ homa yesen wo firi ho wa unu aba fati na ba ye nti andamo na makọ homa yesen to that ministry na fe yemfa compare there ewo government communications here wo kan se ne board en
me da se sabre na wo kan se wo kan yen ya kachi yen ye budget a the last one I'm me supervise here na 6 million cedis na wo paper so ewi eche releases no enu sapo but so we can the whole information sector ebom emsasa 2024 budget no jamana na be 148 million. That is GBC, ISD, GNA, okay, come nyina boom plus ministry ni na. Ene afiu parko Jubilee House one na omdi ni na akọ no. Ene obeko Jubilee House no. Eno ameti Felix o say national security ni ade nyina ka national security budget be 1.2 for become 1.4. What the old Jubilee House budget na no na institutions be 8 wom. What the finance we keep ni na be 327. Udi ni na bomu a emoro be 1.6 billion. Nti ube wie no na aka another 1 billion. Asa sika no den nom de ye ho. Nempo ma me fa unkwachiri. Da President Mahama Beka State of the Nation address for Parliament. Me na me sorry ya me ka say, "Hwe, sa claim say you reduce the number of ministries into budget swati no. Enya no kre because first of all, Information Ministry nipa 76 na wo hon wo mpamu ba kokora. Omo ye civil servants. Ye mpamu ba kokora mfi adwuma. To ye den a ombejo market ya. Number 2, budget na omo de ye adwuma. Enye hon kwa wokọ it say first no ye wo Ministry of Water and Sanitation. And they the water and sanitation abeka your friend is saying Ministry of Works and Housing. Water and Sanitation directors are na wo ho ne staff e wo nyina no. Yempamu omu fi Ghana Civil Service ni mu. Omu. Number 2, adwuma na omu ye budget na omu use no. Ye ntwa budget no. Ye de abeka Works and Housing budget no. Inti savings no. Me sorry kan sa asem no. Me nua Felix na sorry on the other side say enye no kre na saa phone na ye twitwa so. Tie ba ne say ne eno na afi wada no ho say wo de ba ba ye wo explanation say eye budget na wo old ministry no. And I fear this our budget na bre Jubilee House. On say unsem no NCC so. And secondly, yen under government communication budget you create under government communication at that time. Just about 6 million. Time me minister before Fati Krampo eba. And then mudi eba 78 million. Uche mu saying aban na mo se mote so no. Government communication component no. Mudi any 78 million. Nti uche mu saying na usan call the other appendices na and I make sure so who says you can't be a akwa no enye ho na productive sectors of the economy hwe bibi to say infrastructure almost your infrastructure programs in an the boom and they be almost friend big push into akwan ne niema mba be nyina no say she program be as a friend big push no be so say ahina omo hia de aya afia be also to me budget allocation be 2.5 billion for big push. Yet you book through numbers no. Big push no dem dey show you 800 million. In 1 billion, na do 2 billion, na do 2.5 billion. Enti omo ankasa omo programs omo se anu ne hia na o se sika kom na de mpuntu aba no. Eno kra no man fund no as much as also am fund. Nieman kaya ka sebe no ensheda amfa productivity, emfa jobs, emfa growth emma no.
Talking about big push. Minister na 13.7 billion. And also table in Rusa
13.7 billion cedis. Big push no. Budget we want to be confused easily because udube be a kind of dollar, udube no a kind of cedi. Udube bo dia wa kind of bro for no be call numbers ni mention. $10 billion. Senkasa 10 billion nke cedis anka on allocate 13 billion cedis because nka ebebrosa $10 billion uchem for every year be also $2.5 billion uba budget ni mu a the odiashem no equivalent ni $800 million but okan in cedis it would be confused into big push na nkasa no krampo mo se na big infrastructure program no eno nka say here push enya push a baby omo pese edu na so aba na afi infrastructure obi akam so here bi woni krom no enru ho sa hwe bibi te say agenda 111 districts are who across this country, rural districts in particular, 111 or in fact 88 of them share him say aban be my hospital because in yes oba kwa wo so odi agro beka baby e 3 dia you obi odi agro beka baby o waka obi odi agro obeka baby meme district say Achimansa district of say you be ipampe mo ha me be MP na yetumi asi ye friend say medical theater na ye doctor for me nsan ba na ni bi wo ho ti abra man pani yes obema yen agenda 111 hospital nye nkwa ho ye ni 87 others ye ni age ya abedu anim baby o kan budget ya unhu baby agenda 111 sika no wo eno ekoko confirm ye fears about agenda 111 because utie briefing on the man president and some president started kan about agenda 111 na fi uba budget mu na unhye da hu sika no for agenda 111 na e wo say oyem show into the key priorities and no na dey nsakraye no na dey mpuntu beba no unhunu baby sika no wo rather no niema sebe emfa yen hyeda enko yenim entumpo ne ho na sesika no ne kese no akwa akojuna na no na yesra ban se enka achi obetumi se eno ase finance minister ba parliament ebe sisa betting tax na one can ye na kofa confusion by no
okay
eno ba parliament be correct here
o correct any saying
okay I was so ba parliament be kan budget no odi kan edina no kan taxes are or say obey free
oh yeah
owie no list emradua eno na ye taxes ne fapema obesesa no ene no so na border on other niema or say opesosesa now sa betting tax into kind of manifesto now we use the expression betting or say withholding tax on betting eno na manifesto nim o kan yen ye de na eno na wom sa betting tax no e wom rebi a friend no Income Tax Amendment Act 1094 ene wom finance minister ba emredu a obodin or two din or parliament say or the ba me asesa no nenim wa modin da Petroleum Revenue Management Act, Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fact, Minerals Income Investment Fund, Energy Sector Levies Act, Ghana Cocoa Board Act, Earmark Funds Act, Public Procurement Authority Act, Ghana Education Trust Fund Act, Fiscal Responsibility Act, and a Revenue Administration Act. Wa modinda say Income Tax Amendment Act 1094. Obabe repeal and answer obabe sisano. Inti abra owie your core main body of the budget ni mu a. And also one can betting tax or kan lotto. We no can say na eno na yankofo bi friend say betting na ma doctor mean can say we na oka dey we yanjije da e co create confusion bebre. In fact me na minority ma enne na nsan said enne na nsan e wo wa unua obi program so e ko see say yesre say susu ampa o mini betting tax a onfa act 1094 no emra enro de ba parliament
1094 no
or de ba
okay
say eno na fi opese oyeden odeka ho enti se wo ko into budget na obehu the specifics of what they mean na no ne ka se wo sese a utumi hu se sika no ba bia wo se ko no enkodi ho se be bia enhye dan fa mpuntu ne nkeka ne ade ba no ho na akọ na no ne yesre se enka achi se ne no ba parliament ebe correct say afi the betting ho asem ankasa na oka no the act 1094 no be ba na enka achi on betumi the necessary corrections no ma dey omo de aba emo a wo se ebo om no ye behwe na ye de abo
okay nti bra no o dey sa correction no e ba ye no lotto de no so ye den
eno de say nti enra abra oba ye no eno say or the act 1094 no ebeba act 1094 no de ba lotto de no wom betting de no wom but also be gina floor no so a o ka ho asem obe kan lotto no pe ho asem enema minu asamia okuchire mu se ona no director general National Lottery Authority ono kra na o engage on behalf of lotto for ya nyeda I mean chire mu se no ya nyeda emo e bet na wo ka de a ene tudin se wo de 1094 ni na beba na afi ni mienu ni na ya den ya ye free ho tie nra ewia no mu na afi oba parliament se o de 1094 na beba na afi mienu ni na ye yi ni na free ho nti wo de no kan wa na che se taxes insia na omo ka se omo be yi no anase omo yi no se miensa ena omo de eho nkrata nkasa aba se omo bibi te se covid omunye yo. In fact, enra na ye some analysis bi. COVID na omuye ho campaign bebre say na COVID ko adenti yetua COVID ko adenti yetua COVID levy. Aye kire mu say oh eye besen aye boy sa bre na akwala nko school we nya adwuma baba etua bibia nsuo free enyinam kanea free na ka be da ho no. Eno ho to na ye gine de etua eh mo fa masem ko mo ya cromfo before no problem. Ba mi akra ka say COVID ye ba 2025 a ye be year free ho no. Se ba mi apa na onyi mfi osesi a ahun say Yewura Mahama be di president 50 January besin ne onyi COVID ni mfi ho adentia because ye nye budget for from man nti asemo na ba mi aka say on to me nyi mfiri o sa abre no enne onyankopon approve ne said ya na o kan ye no kre nyankopon be ya dom ne nsem ne bebre o keka ye na ase ye ko anim no ye be hu say no kre na fi COVID na NDC dey campaign no. First of all, by parliament, or see COVID, no, ne IMF4, echo dwendwen ho no ate committee, so mo nwenwen ho ne ade. Afi wo call numbers ni mu a. So benya bra, ma menya exercise bi nkyerɛ so ya. So wo call appendix 2A, revenue side ho a. Obon say bibi te say e-levy. 2024 yenya 2 billion ewo e-levy. Inti 2025 ya sabre ode emraba se yenyi e-levy emfiri hoyi. Wo call 2025 appendix 3A na abon say e-levy eswati aba 500 million. Neche say de omoje the first 3 months we pene ho. Ti say ni papa mu a COVID-19 health levy na 2024 yenya 2.7. So say ube year free ho a senke no so wo sa fie we say esote ana meboa na na.
Ebe ka first quarter ne de NP.
Ukwa eno ye 3.8 billion. Na de a ye say ye year free ho no. Eba ne say na fi aban no etum the expected revenue near higher than the previous year. Oh nada no. Afi ukomu na obehu details. Nti enkechi some by corrections ni bi dia ba ye wo parliament ye beboa na the right thing.
Okay, now me pesa o tables no so my na afi ye hwe ba bia ade nkomo ebesi anopa de ri kan eye waka say enema no a obegyina ho e kan yen say o tables no mu a obon say bebre o ha ode na no ne kan ne nso omini emu bi te say de
emu bi te say e katwitwiri di 49 billion Ghana cedis a o say wako hu say nkofo bi si e de o mka 49 billion into what TF Ghana sikem mamemfa unko fiscals nankasa na ubehu say ade a NDC fo afi ase ye no ya nhwe yi a ye nyina ebe hayen so ukọ appendix 2A na summary of central government operations no uyi revenue ne fi ho ye adwuma nyina o man na ban sika yenya ye na afi uba expenditure na ye wo line bi a omo de abehye ho sa line eni a chart of accounts mu o man o ma create wo ho omo frɛ no other outstanding expenditure claims na omo de ba ku bi abehye ho foforo bi a omo say unreleased claims 49 billion Ghana cedis and no omo de to omo nyom say say economy ni criminally mismanaged a crime scene na omo ba no mate say de card na obe ka say ye ko kan budget di kan bom kokko say aban oba fofora enkofo bebre we be ba na aban de me ka na we aban de me ka wan hwe yi a obe wie no na we tuetu eska bi a eni se utua mema or two examples 2009 abra Yewura Kwabena for be finance minister no sa pepepe na enkofo bae na ye de me ka nti omo create line foforo bi o budget mu a om say judgment debt sanana ya obe kaya
de kai pa
and om discato so ye de nkofo ka nti ebetuetu esa
ba sa de kai se utua
no problem ba ye wo kwan ye fa so ehun se ye de car na ye ndeka so obe hu se ye de obi car ni pa chronic contract wen adwuma ben wa ye the certificate wen fa na mpo ne ye computer kese a se ye de obi car ye bogum sa computer ne nye ni pa ba ko na hweso uko controller and accountant general in fact from finance ministry say ministries no oye claim ba ye be bo begum no uko computer no mu a obehu your friend no gift miss the same data no uko bank of Ghana be nyama na mba be throw problem no enti obaye o se watete se de kai 49 billion enti 49 billion no ono ankasa no wa throw wa ha say unreleased claims and what TF Ghana sikem na utifi Ghana sip kemu a se ka 49 billion ene da ho a se ka no betu anamboa Nyankopon cha de so Ghana budget enye 1 year budget your friend medium term expenditure framework ye no mfie 90 afie we budget aye no ya ye mfie 9 budget atoaso in fact mfie miensa budget atoaso ente 49 no e wo se mfie na aka na yehu dia wutua wom anameboa okay ente 49 no obo se 2025 o se obetua 13 49 uyi 13 fi mo ka 36 anamboa ente nka de aka eko nanim no 2026 e o se ehu 36 ni mu de abetua de ebeka no na akɔhye 2027 de ebeka na akɔhye 2028 ene ya assume say claims for bia krampa mbeka na ya wokɔ into sa line na 2024 49 billion eno no de aka na sem say nti ya boka afi do 2025 a 0 meanwhile also betua 13 pentin kai na 36 na fine ayira efi books nim oye propaganda say ya afi bon say eyiwama na apart from sa 49 ehye hey bon say ukọ Bank of Ghana data ni mu a uhu ho because about den say obekọ convince Bank of Ghana for say nkofo bi say ye de wo muka nti uhu omo publish summary of economic and financial data na bo say uhu empo say asemo ya kan enti no se ukọ international capital markets ni so a Ghana nkrata ye ton wo ho no da wo kan sa asem we pe no ama yen ye paper the yields on it no if you say kosoro ade na number 500 say start call be 700 because boni no auto ye paper no as a Ghana sika sem ni economy year statistical service for so 5.7 economy dey do 1.2 trillion ye debt no aba form dia ene se me to Ghana paper eni se medium nsi hu a ne bo ewo soro ba se finance minister de dan ne hu ba be ka se wa be hu ka 50 billion bia na chese ska sem ni mu ya yewrem emu ya yewrem de na ne wo se me giwom higher interest ti afi bon se yields no emu peja nti wa wasem a kan no efi ase ye den e punish wo ena last point o budget mu a e kire wo se dia omo kan nya no kra ni se data no 149 we ambeka ho a e positive primary balance ni e positive e moka but se koye negative and say IMF any World Bank e moa 2025 e wo se be share budget ni mo no emma because nature say ye fail IMF program no inti revenue and grant side ho be 700 plus 500 na wo say IMF ni World Bank ni DPs na de mine no omo fe maye ye call budget no mo a wo de sa 700 and 500 no wo de account sika ho na ya den na in one breath wo say ade na faili e faili dia say na ha na yifrim na in another breath wo de akwa ho nti omo numbers a omo krucha ba beto no e fi ase e expose na no ye ka say propaganda na mmoa number 2 enka akire ubetumi atide ni up nicely now the about appropriations kwa yenye na ya ma na to aso asese say na be dia IMF won beba April nti so wo be catch wo finance minister wo be catch him say you fail nti omumbo ye ka be 40 million the last time Dr. Kobna do 4 time mu ye bi no ombo ye ka 39 million dollars say I misreport figures nti we omuma yo wo na fi wo announce wo be catch him say omusan mo ye ka 40 million ana wo expect say omuba wo be pass review no na wo sa kan sa 700 plus 500 no nti wo call numbers ni mu a eno mo ka say wo be du ha no na ni ha hwe even your friend is saying eto a omo jeje wo kan budget na mama ma example ba ko a say eto any omani sika nyina wo kan budget no brofo na minister no be kan of floor no so a o say e benya 17.4% of GDP on be pages can manage 17.4% of GDP ye ko mu yesesa ye no yesesen ye 16.1 ye jawo 15.9 so wo be 16.1 na say one fare american 0.2% per but ni na one co figures ni mu a nti yasem a ye kan na me mama asem wa ene say de omo de omo no aka ene de omo atwa ho sika to budget ni mu no ebo bra ba nka echi on betumi correct nom de aba ma ya boa om na etumi akonanim 24-hour economy economic transformation agenda economic recovery program ne ma me ensa na budget ni gina so na nkasa no omo fe ma parliament up till now but or the budget number. Now, my last point. We areokrata na what the call finance ministry. Next fiscal service for now more mama kama or massisi amount. Esa in tokure demintino. Almost the same amount, no almost say yen 5.4 na 5.7 na year no. Enya de omo betumi aye. Nti omo de no so no. Omo shep de omo de buy na. Eso beti aba 4.4. 24-hour economy no. Na ma me fa unko GDP data appendix 1C. Yen uko manufacturing dia ye de agya 1D1F no. Ehun faso ye 3.9% growth. Let's say aboama oman no infidi juma epeja konanim ohanchiche mu miensa na 3.9. Omo e market budget no finance ministry real sector for no any fiscal service for no market budget no omo say 24-hour economy no team yield na ya ebe yield 0.1% additional growth. Into ombe you no abedu 4.0. In fact, omo call mo anim no average akwa just 1% increase. Into we say wo do wano ye propaganda no na fi ye kasefa figures ne bra na kire adwuma ne details ebe start here you ama enu nti ne ye kase nka akiri ombetumi aye corrections no no mo de aba.
Okay, open the me pese maybe say dey twa to na afi ya sa pebre ne ye de akọ we no me bibia ye frɛ no uncapped funds. Mete se minister na can be about DACF, that's this as a common fund, and now can get fund and health insurance also ho nyina na mo akape and now o chese say obe uncape. So the any sense say scabi down na the cap akubutu so ana say.
In fact, uncapped funds where wakan wasemi mechem miensa ba ko ye DACF asem no kan. DACF the end there enye uncapped. No general or say the one person say from a policy point of view, no, at least 80% of Sasikano anchored down to the assembly level. Meaning, I think it's a very good idea. Well, at least 80. DACF problem back I want to say Toribia. Though I yet fan not to ono. Uber down by check. Next can they buy 40%, 30%, 60%. Into 80% we say. Meaning, I dream pa. Nemum problem I want to say one year answer is can be do ono. Na common fund for anything cry hano. Oma committee sikano on behalf of all the assemblies. Inti UDC is can be bana catch say sika we ban faculty away because you sign whole contract one crime. And na faculty away because you committed that one crime. Inti whilst 80% policy direction here good and also making sure say enkoya danko that situation where answer is can be do hono. You committed that was sure say any first point. Second point, sa capping get fund ne healthy, you know. Emrebi ediba 2017, your friend no earmark funds capping and realignment act of 2017. It ain't in this am ran by. Ohwe your fiscal framework na finance budget no ni skeleton ne da ho na. Ya yen hye bi say abansi ke ba yi 5% ma we, yi 4% ma we, yi 3% ma we, yi 2% ma we. Ebe we che na finance minister na aban na kasa kran she den niska om de be yadwuma because sika na ya chicha ma subvented agencies no and I say ya chicha ma agencies a om sabe ka transfers no agencies no so be ko ho no na nya ade poten wo some this kan ye no and om de wo be ka ya 2014 yera se tekpe oni NHI for crampo nya ntokwa se sika ye de abrom so om fentua health insurance claims om de sisi dan baby on come betumi rented dan om this kan etua claims no the CC dine. Said ya dine na usi na or the amateur na koye bibi ho. Enunti no 2017 to ensure say central government have more resources no. You take decision say any say earmark funds ni na ebro bebe 20% of expenditure. No what to me jebi ama central government. Enya de boni. Emrani eye na so na share wo mu say however earmark fund bi wo ho na adwuma bi wo ho so ye. Ne kapuni wie na ni sika no nso a finance minister wo ho kwan say obe realign sika no from central treasury e dey atop o map na o makoye o madwuma but now say general rule dey akapo enye bad law kra ye no man this for the campaign etia ye wa ban mu no funds ni bi wa ye kapo wie na realign o because say funds 12 na ye kapo ya e bia be wie no bo say 2 and 3 bi omo de o se esan top o map no mkoyo omo adwuma enti yewia ne atop o map no makwa akoyo omo adwuma omba the same thing no mo ye nye se omo se omo yi earmark funds capping and realignment act na free ho enye so omo repeal act no the provisions that allow you to restore eno ana omo yusu eno omo say omo ankapo inti bibi fufuro bi ansi wo ho the last one amema wo ho I say minister no o announce say we taxes nsia a ye kire mo na say nyansia na ye mienu na nra or the income tax amendment na be count aye miensa three na aka na taxes aye gigi wo kan Ghana ha say nti no won save obi ahwe obi a bisa say nti sa revenue we a we lose no obeden na wetua sa tokuro no minister na say mo kan ne say VAT refund account na threshold no yes 6 no what so about 4 and or the difference too no e kwa close sa revenue no enye no kre ba me kire fiscal program oh yeah there are 3 types of revenue your permanent revenue inti station has a munim say your kokrokoo we ho e ho advert ubetumi aye budget for the next 4 years u discover say kokrokoo be bre iska a permanent revenue. Your temporary revenue. Eno no bibia ni ho ba ese o ene ye ton ye table ne akonwa yi ne enye ska bi ne o chena betumi aton table ne akonwa ne biom untumi nti no temporary revenue ene ye wo intermediate ana say medium term eno no ye te say bia ye de mra bia ba say for the next 4 years ye beji to we say but 4 years no so a eto no ye jaiji nti bon say sa to no ye wo de friend no sunset clause e wo so untumi nyi permanent revenue emfiri ho na ebisa say na kwan be na wo close a wo se maton table mienu e de e close nti next year wo be de no afeli sa e ho no nti se wo yi e levy free ho na wo yi your friend say 1.5% on gold exports na wo yi other permanent revenue measures free ho a no kura ne pa ne said the odia afeli no the 4 new taxes na odia aba no and odia afeli hon those are permanent revenue measures but propaganda nti o se nye no na the odia afeli ne ye 4% VAT refund na 6% na what is so about no na no ma mencha odi nti a enya de foforo bia Peace FM ha ya mo we ebia o program is so mo sales ni na 100,000 cedis ena mo amaye nhihye say to be a mic bu table bu bibi say wa ha say kase 100,000 nyina ye de akoma Father Dixon ye wi ya chiro memu say Father my scan enko ye table ni ade to be a che nti scan e ba mo beti 6% atonchen na mo de 94% akoma Father 6% no enya mo de o mo ti atonchen na bibi bu a ye de asolve intentem bibi emu ade na ye de scan akoma Father because they're part of your revenue. Tisa wo bana se wo say wo 6% no. Say wo nti 6% bi omo nto ho na bibibu aye de aye. Na abeti 4. Na 2 na aka no de akoma Father Street. Na 4 no bibi ba wo de aye. Na 4 no bibi ama de na abe. So this is can speak akoma Father. Na by the way 2% na da so na wo say eno wo nti nto ho no. Uye ya wo say why is savings? Who save wo den? Who save wo at the same company, the same Kokrokoo nisika. And if you see one friend to refund account no now they got to consolidated. Because all the got to consolidated, na se bibi bua obekwa akogye e de aba abeye. Enti bibi fufuro bi ansesa. But one cut into the details of the budget and not the way afọ wani so say I said they are financial engineering fufuro bi aba. Create any new revenue to fill a permanent revenue line and hobechro and until we create 4 new taxes baako ye 2% growth and sustainability levy are there to mining companies no so baako the tax about 2026 2027 2028 what extend the growth and sustainability levy say all other industries that are affected no omuntua baako the special import levy about 2026 2027 2028 and so the last one or the tax on non-life, non-motor, about other insurance services, and only with permanent revenue a wodi replaces our permanent revenues we ya we ye fi on ye kamu no kora obi aso beti ase na ne expectations are den egina ne na so
obenden na obeja ya no pay
enema be miensa ba ko ne se budget na fi na ba ye ba be ye ho adwuma aban wo mu kwan se oye corrections ni bi niema ye point na attention to no enye ne bone so ye point so ka che 17.4 percent tax to GDP ratio near come near 16.9 na yeah point is correct so catch so discuss share productive sectors next kana kwa share communication nke ka woni ade yeah point is correct in the first point ne say near too late na say ne minister no ba parliament be yeah correction so the afido the income tax amendment 1094 ne be ba na we betting nephew wan kasa no or kwan say obey sa correction within the next 3-4 weeks and sana ya appropriations any the revenue amendments na man no ya one. Number 2, obi an setting the expectations ye. Say odi a 2 trim say ye towards 6 a free honti COVID ye ntua we ni ade a ye kyerɛ mu hu say nyɛ saa na te wo budget ni mu. Say odi a 2 trim say skabi ba wa ha say ne ade a ye we say contractor for skabi ba o big push a ye kyerɛ say big push no 2.5 na 800 penny buy. Ye kyerɛ say ha na ka o say ye de sika bibie bank ama ma no sika om de a show intumi bie bank minimum capitalization of 400 million. We have financial modeling now. We have 1.5 billion. They show a 50 million. A less than research budget of 70 million. 50 million plus 20 million. A less than that. Into set to expectations. So a year. And then the last point draw Ghana for attention to. And it say reset ni hope now we hear any more juma energy bills, fuel, transportation ni ade no enya de beba o budget mu nti se obe emo reset your expectations na nka wa reset your expectations no na se ukoye o planning based on the assumptions say energy bills enkosoro nti uso ye o budget for a company no one year provision for energy price increase and our transport for nkwala we say o ma allowance for company mu say chale transport bo be kosoro nti jiwe one year ebe wi akire no Ubon say also constraints no ebiakan. Lastly, the total embodiment of abino the economic program no and no na finance ministry ni statistical service for ahwe normal market say yempuntu no so beti F 5.7 aba 4.4 e best abino so okonanim no on try no more no homoden ye nka afie we say ye hwe ye model ni mu a enka wo say nka ye be 8% based on the growth trajectory aye no from 5.7 on the first 3 years no yeah 7% average ye ho kire ye conform na pick bedu 5.7 ye hwe model na by 2025 o senke etumi ye be 8 and na ban we ni formula they call statistical service ne finance ministry o man kasa mark ne say 4.4 ye best rom say o mo homoden na mpo ye 5.7 na ye no common try no mo miti na fi other years no so on person ye kire o nema ba ko mi ni bi wo mu a ye betumi ye minority but kakra yesu wa ben baby ye mistakes crampon ye happy say ye be kire mo say ha say ye am wine mo so menye the same thing no ma ye ma na so ma bo Ghana fo nyina ye ma ye nyina na na me ma no be sia
obeni edase pa se onya da mensa na hwe no say obiso bisa ko bibia na
minister oko
oko
sanka uma yen kasa kakra
be ma ekana kakra da be oko du bibia do bisa no ba ko o pese bisa no bibia bisa no ba ko pe
minister
question bia bisa me
minister mamin chao min cheti for so
me former minister minister
but once it's a president always a president so you were a minister and some day
ara who dey on kana
me who be starting from because and some now minister can do so
now who copy of the budget way
o say
who copy of the budget
on the phone so
I see
but your friend is saying minister ideas we in na way
okay your manifesto ni mu
no because I'm say more executive power and chair
no correct
etino and I would expect say
maybe minister Mpacho obebo but Thompson where that idea na when he and I say when the major is at this point Ghana for so mu here on my idea to go to fie eno ye but na me person me say bia the presentation o ye no bia wo be to the contrary or can be wo be to the contrary na
oh and dey be brave and na make say eno dey
man ba ko pe no nchechi no ko
reason me na mincho
number 1
Minister, tax refund account now.
Yeah.
Or say enya de fufuro no. Minister, enya de fufuro.
I don't know for about it. Any new account or so him say.
You can say a new account, but it's an innovative way for government to show up revenue, because a buying a year tax refund account sika them for tax refund purposes. Sika no koda account anymore. Time na mo wa buy mo no. Man fa sika no anye de na also mo de ye. Because per the records, now a little over 50% of the tax refund account was used for the purposes of tax refund. Enti se obi aba no say sika also kodemu no, instead of say be 6% no, yente somra 4%. Nienya extra revenue. Minister say because any permanent revenue. But the tax refund account, what does it say? It has allocation and how the formula in which money gets into the tax refund account. That is not going to change. So whether it is a permanent revenue or not, the revenue you receive, a certain percentage of it, which is about 6%, will go into the tax refund account. Into obisi yente somra 4%. Now yen save an extra 2% to fill up certain gaps. I think that it is innovative. Minister, I was expecting so obe commending, because we're in this country. Okay, time and petroleum prices. A call through. Then I think as during COVID, a call from ye. We ask government say they should use the windfall from the time the price rose to subsidize petroleum prices for people, for the citizens. Omenti. Oko ECG. Cash water for mechanism aye to ho. Say ECG enfentua the suppliers ne debt sika ne IPPs ne nyinaka. Mubusu ama say a car eda ECG a car ECG de. Any a car abide the IPPs no. Enti I think say it will be unfair to expect a reduction in electricity tariff. Because in 2017, a bar MPP bar by mu. Modi an prepare sa akote electricity boso. 2018 Musa Teso, when indeed the numbers did not support that reduction of electricity prices. No. COVID buy and also mukoye the same thing. After COVID, they didn't back at Minister Mekai, one higher press conference car say in Sony electricity abiding my and we weren't expecting it to be free. I remember, Minister, you said it.
Mankasa.
Minister, that is what you said that if we were expecting, where were we expecting the money to come from?
Mankasa, I choose my words very carefully. I can repeat the very words I used here.
Okay.
May say it was free to you. It was not free to the treasury. Me say me use words. I me words.
But Minister, but basically that was exactly
no. So quote me.
It was so. What you were saying is that means we had to come back and pay, and we came back. You put the taxes for us to come back and pay.
I said taxes also be here for you.
Anti Minister, I think say it is unfair to come back just 2 months after office to say I buy about one electricity so one petrol so. When you haven't created the condition. And I think Abino had made it clear, they are not, this budget was not going to fix all the problems confronting this country. They have made it clear, the problem confronting this country, it will take us some time, but one step at a time. And they've made some indications in the budget that indicates they are looking towards the right direction to fix this problem.
So the point is?
So the point I'm saying is that I think that where
where tax
Minister
refund
said the tax refund
electricity tariff reduction
capping and realignment. Minister,
we are not responding.
Minister, time and more buy mu. Time and more buy mu. What this capping and realignment about? Make you complaining be because we didn't understand why you were moving all this money back to central government, capping NHIL. Capping Get Fund and all that, most of the statutory funds, you were capping them, which was affecting the performance of some of these entities. and the operational abilities. Again, when you cap the money, Minister, what you forget to tell us, say, when you cap these monies and move the money back to central government, how does central government spend the capped funds? At the end of central government, they are buying this kind of year.
Okay, asana mama openi ko dwaba mu no. There are two things I want to clarify from you, say. The okan na wunyini because you think that ebi omo no gigi says no oba amfa anye the necessary omo yenti omo ni right to question and now say the explanation or the man say cap no say na tie say na ebe no na the papa kan say na opache ho na woni ne nya adwene.
No, sir, Ababe uncapping all these funds, and it is commendable, and I think that we all should commend it.
Yes, start to.
Mamintiene ni nya no.
Yes, start to. Until so far, because I've told you, say, despite my complaints, you know, mobile moon repeatedly capping, earmarked funds capping and realignment act, moon repeatedly. Now, Emrano send a TSA. Ya couple funds need now to about 20% of total expenditure. Yet in kind about central government treasury. Nemom say institution be or why we hear more money ye be restore no. And no one amuye nothing new there. Maybe it's a question. So far, funds are here more uncouple under that act. Maybe prove what you. Funds are here more uncouple.
Get fund has been uncapped.
One.
Your friend said any child has been
two.
Uncapped.
Two.
Tommy by Mike no. What get fund?
Get fund.
National Health Insurance.
Let me check. Let me check.
Only the number of funds under that act 14. This is say act ninye. Na buy no capo no this cannabis central treasury crowd then or the year. Enti yen free wa senka u buy ye. Yen lose about December no problem. But senka wini yen ka buy obey ube act ne free ho. Anampon ka buy and ka buy on capo funds ni na even if you won't take it out. Ubaye act now complaining against no. And one would this wa ye and our couple about 12 of those funds abegu consolidated na two wa restore to say na yes you restore now you are there propaganda say oh na mu couple na yen ya on couple unye hwe the realignment restoration no and one why if you want to uncap repeal the law na funds ni nara sikani na anko back to those agencies. But if you don't, and the only thing you have done is get fund ne health insurance after capping no difference now omu here what sign they are common back bema me chawa ho brase mu say the same application of that act and no na what this act no ejuma sa act no act your friend is saying
capping and
earmarked funds capping and realignment act unya brea the structure of the act 14 make me send a copy was it won't change at the same thing now here. Number 2, tax refund account no ahobrasi, and I say this with due deference to you ebi a won share that ente ase o say ensure up revenue bia enye expenditure a withholding out of the full revenue basket for temporary use say obi here tax refund nko na etua tax no so obi here refund ye reserve 6% ato has no yen transfer nko consolidated so obi here refund ye we at the end of the year no yes we put the call say obi here say sika no enka was account no ebe call simple 1 year withholding now the 100% ni na ko tumu so obi here refund wonum dia be obeko consolidated no no akọ check area baby tuano. Enti only a temporary holding account. We claim pa who pesa o say, and that is where I credit you. We claim pa pesa o say about 51% of the uses of sa account no were inappropriate. Na Kuroma say your account, police for account, fire service for obi account, aban account be. Ne e kase yen fenye no be amfenye then ye wo disallowance and there being surcharge. If indeed Obia spend 51% of that money on a course that is not appropriate, that will be disallowed and surcharged. But the minister ni be
no.
Obejina meba.
No, the 51% is used for tax refund.
No problem. T49 is what was
the rest.
The same thing
was just misapplied.
Okay, the same thing. Assuming it was misapplied, Auditor General Abede or bed disallow now surcharge. Into every one of those monies, ebe call him for consolidated account. If they are working correct. But Minister Nibejina here, my budget to a certain say, Minister Nibejina say, according to a study, when is that study? When was that study done? 49% was not used for the purposes. And no reduce the threshold no from 6 to 4. Now 2 now can or say savings. And yes, for the same consolidated fund, sike o say come. I withhold these 6 say if there is a legitimate use, it will be used. If it's not used, it goes to consolidated. Say if you hold 100% in our consolidated, that's a use in the bar. Obe call consolidated. Okay, until creating new revenue be able to replace that permanent one.
Fiscal space. He's created a fiscal space. But
I will not argue with you. Then, for notice petrol pricing and electricity tariff. You know, many for person pretend they say, "Abra no more promises." No, they did not understand the economic situation of this country, and then no idea was a guardian against because we can't have this thing where successive governments who can't say we need na fi baya was you yeah can minim. Now, what was the basis on which you were making those promises? Because we're in your parliament, all the committees of parliament, your free government agencies, parliament, you supervise the executive, your free government agencies. Oba ni ebisa say we at the same way, at the same way, at the same. No one my figures ni na. Based on your understanding of the situation, and I may the share boss say, may ye 3 taxes, but me say may ye these 3 taxes. Na miwia minim say semanye bibia tokroba bedaho. Enti make cut expenditure by 3% of GDP, and 30 billion Ghana cedis. Enti from appropriation of 250 no, so 30 if more that is 220. Yen nani o sa data no. And also ka say ube cut sa taxes me ensano. Na uba ube plugging waste and savings. Now they are plugging. That was your answer. Nenewaba Oya campaign o catch and say o the special petroleum tax ebe cushion petrol consumers. Nenewaba o si special petroleum tax na unim all the details about it. I would share boss obey no. O de ya enye ye. O te energy committee or parliament from ECG to Gridco to VRA to BUI to IPP's data nyina esla data nyinara. Yet the Bama who press conference DBR. Now what coffee da kwa share say who be find a coin will be adjust the utility tariff increases. Now Akufo Addo MPP for 3 more ding enti ne yato light mu. Now the aye campaign queen mahama queen. Now who buy na follow your promise o say cash water for no man first canantum and a no man first canantum. Yeah, yes sir, we are being disingenuous. And I mean, who's been so video of the NDC youth in Ashanti Regional. We have been disingenuous to the young people of this country. Say, you make promises to them, you convince them, say, we are not going to do politics as usual. We are now coming to a different level where the aye can be. Now, if we knew we are. Say, we need to go when you're Juma. Until now, the promises can change. Let me hear yes, sir. Let's stick with these promises.
Kojo Oponkroma, a former Minister of Works and Housing, former Information Minister. But still, MP of Fuase Ayiribi. Yeka say, Economic Committee, Parliament, or no, and oye ranking member. Na onna no pay, no train and komo. Na ono echi, Reverend Charles Usu, Mensa Thompson, na Professor Smart Sapon, and so Economy and Development Committee. Economy and Development Committee of Parliament and Kojo Oponkroma and to us change is coming.
No, change is here.
Change is coming.
Indeed, change is here.
Change is coming.
Indeed, change is here.
Many are marching.
No, me just bro.
Now what to say?
On your medium connection. Ensure I talk a guasa so a shira. Na said you name say any pentiment soon, and Yamin soon. Sana and call we any panedema. nyame de ma na otwe send na me hunamu etwetwem kakra ti yede nyame asese onyankopon aye adom na otwe de yatima san ba hodin mu nyame adom ti asedan koto ne de ma erade
Prof Machakwaba.
Yes sir, the cardinal.
Na ho te say.
Erade adom me ho ye. Me gidi se onso ho ye.
Oh nyankopon adom me
Nice
ho ye
one.
pa.
Good.
Tommy. Na eni nchia. Oi hiti na anam. Na ho te say.
Na minister bubom dodo.
Na ho te say.
Oh nyame adom de akyeye ma me nkyia wo atiefo bio na me nkyia Ghana fo nyina.
Okay.
Enra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is all CEOs of state-owned enterprises, and you know, heard trajectory now for the past 7-8 years. A lot of the SOEs have been making losses, serious losses. To the extent that even alcohol-producing SOEs, state-owned enterprises, were making losses. I think unacceptable, and we can go on and on and on and on about the reasons why it is so. The reasons why SOEs are unprofitable, from political interference to poor corporate, management, and poor decision making, corruption, and abuse of office, nepotism, and what have you. And I think if we really want to reset this country, then I think that is where the reset needs to come from. The SOEs must be reformed. There's absolutely no reason why SOEs might be saddled with the level of debt. If you look at the debt Kokrokoo board is sitting on, if you look at the debt ECG is sitting on, it's extremely unacceptable. It's extremely unacceptable. And I think, the people who have been appointed to these offices now, it's about high time they understand that they have a bigger task to turn these SOEs around. In a few months' time, now your SOEs should be able to get back to profitability levels. His Excellency John Mahama, so as I said, SOEs are unprofitable by the next quarter, by next year, first quarter. The CEOs are going to be sacked. And I think it's a very good call, because I think it's about high time we peg the stay in office of SOEs to the performance of the SOEs. Because there is no private entity who see you over 3-4 years in a row, they will allow you. Na football coaches cry no. Ulusu matches also better. Yampamo. Any season o. And I say we could did one season, first season one J Cup, second season one J or third season trophyless. Yepamo. So why do we run our SOEs as if they are not profitable, they are incurring losses, saddling these SOEs with debt, and we continue to leave them in office? So it's a good call, and that should be a wake-up call to all CEOs who have been appointed by the government into various positions. Their performance will be watched. But I also want to make a passionate appeal. The CEOs also needs to be supported. You see, we do a craft for now, too money for. Whilst we are admonishing the SOEs to be efficient and to turn these SOEs to profitable levels, we must also admonish both party officials and government officials to support SOEs. Na yenyai enentitwitwa yenyai sebe konkonsan ketenkete yenjai unnecessary sabotage, because we share the number of people are almost here almost open kwan ababan mu a you know or you can almost predict a lot of sabotage, undermining, agenda, backbiting are going to hit a lot of these SOEs.
All right.
Because of the nature of how the appointment and how some people are behind will also want to get opportunity to come in. But let's support them. Now, backbiting is the necessary way, But finally, Mestre Abino say Abino should be able to put a mechanism in place. Odebe CV through a lot of the information they will get or they will hear about appointees. Because in Kofobo, concern or Kwako DDJ and Munyam. It's no namaste, no DC, NSCO, why you say, and appointee, why you say, and away, why you say, and away, why you say. In as much as the government want them to be efficient in their dealings, to be accountable, I would say, I buy so put it together a mechanism. Odibe CV through some of these information, any concern can get so that they don't throw the baby away with the bathing water, so that they don't cut down trees even before they start bearing fruit, so that the SOEs, once they are comfortable, say they have the peace of mind, they are not afraid. So be no concern, obi kwa kwandamana no obi kwa eko penny office, eko president or ako dino concern chile obi chief of staff ako dino concern, but they have the peace of mind to work. I believe said they'll be able to deliver. Yes, you are more.
What for power back or some kind message no we are here. Tell Mensa who wanted to contest as an independent candidate at Kwadasu in 2016 that I was on the Ghana Publishing Company Limited board. We revamped it to a profit-making entity. Kudos to David Asante, the MD, and the board chair, Dr. Daniel Usu Ansa. Professor Kingsley Nyako.
Now the who contest
also am watching.
Doc, but also
Prof.
Professor Kingsley Nyako.
Yes.
That's a very good.
Is that one? Also Prof.
Prof. Say be contest kwada so anya boni o. That time now I feel na Prof so eba that was his first time. He was contesting your friend is former Greek Akoto. Yeah.
Reverend Charles Ozu. No. Me know me no. Mahamen and Granza budget and no one said Dokono boy say.
Anobay.
Mami je budget enough here.
Here at your financial forces. Yeah, the Yamia say so at Ghana and so to be na or however. Because of Finti. Nana and run a Jonaminam crew now share a near pa we a mountain so. Na airtime. Say a sua tonna ball and num crum. And he ama yes a quine one to the hotel that. And I do not West was quiet I see because Gata I think ye mind that no. I bind go so ye dear, but ye wie Timestre say a sua start here unity that's a ever tomo. And so Tobias why the Areba. And so Tobia the Areba. Colora Yarea a fine dear than ever. It is ye to me a bois. Na ye dear Montemu any. Ye dear Huni. We are ball and I want to go abonten so. Now train me a befaco to go. Bejidi say a bebois ama yet made ye Montemu so any. There no idea so. A beboama or minus wedding at there be a complaining, but me just said a finish is never. Any pair of my manner and I to go. I made there because maybe I'm free queer and a year or hunting. And so I started say air to the say Adriane Ebeba. And I'm about to say Abania Towi, me boy. Da. Oh my, there be a 2 baby have as I finish a campaign. Metran City, you're a finance minister, the budgeter or the buyer. But the way I will see presenting a budget, na many where he's calm and the presentation is also a powerful but short. Now, me how back on say, you're two by a man fear nine, but it's as if that's a two about Sabi, Saman, you could buy a buying we are. mfie na so mfa say afe ba akopɛ mente ase aba ya trauma yewura mahaman yama na mfie 19 mfie na chi na ebe judge no ehu de wo ba odi mfie na den aba ba ye na se ye tro na manyuko so ya tro mo so o hwe se ye tro ba ma yewura kufado in 2017 oba ye niema no kan so ba yina o so ye ni na afe na budget eye kama emu hwam papa nanso so abanyam ya tiase so oba ye sikani ho ti sikasem ho ayede enti allocations ahodo ayeye na kese a ni nyina so ye na afe ba ko imu no ensan kofa o how foforo enfamra ya na because na nampani for say enkote adromra ne ahan enti yebetima ye all these projects aban person ye nyina e sikasem ne mo mi giri sen ka aban yama na mfie nan me ma dwimu de enka aban be me yehu de oye na afe ba ko mfie mienu enka mfie miensa na enka mfie nan se be ya ye ho betima he ha ye na aban sika obenya no ne ho nkyere no na de opeso ye bi obetima den aye at every point in time because sika no I mean we broni say cut your coat according to the size of your cloth ye ntoma no ye nini sa yeso ya measure ntoma a chance enti kai bia nka niema o peso ye nyina kama o hye ne fine atudu din kama nka ibe hu de be na afi ba ko afi edi kan emfie mienu emfie miensa na nka the timelines e den atoto ho nti enye den ba ko mienu e be na afi ba ko no e den ya aban betimi aye aboa ma oman e den atumpon akonanim na nso ye din nyina akwa start index a bosia bona na ye be koso e den abo enso na mo oman e den em ye nko enini enti me de mesre even taxes ahodo na ye ka ho asemi I've said it say yeah e won say bosha ye kadan nanso o man chichire na nya gudi asemo sa ban na hye boso obeyi tax bi kura firo na oba na office say o yi firo na de however why not omra me cheche munche Ghana for na aban ba ya sabi onyi covid infi hoyi se covid tax infi hoyi yenwu ye ana yawu so amoso kura na oba ye asenke gusutua na mu na me how ne say me sure say even the way am budgeting but aban hye mu ne tax ahodo no obehwe ni yi e wo port wa ban na say me hu say yewra mahama kra boss ma boss hada there were 19 import duty charges e wo port na nem ni bo otia me ntinga say like otia say enye yi me nka say abufu but otia say enye yi na number bon ba ko makwa motie import duty, import VAT, processing fee, ECOWAS levy, vehicle examination fee. The MSC crack say a network charge. Network charge. Network charge. Network charge VAT. Network charge COVID-19 health. Ghana Shippers Authority fee. SNF fee. Import NHIL. Network charge NHIL. GHS disinfection fee. MOTI IDF fee. Special import levy 2%. Ghana Export Import Bank exim levy. Ghana Education Trust Fund import. It's a get fund, no? Network charge. Get fund import fund levy. African Union import levy. COVID-19 health recovery levy. Enti enyama wenum bi wo ha. Me gidi se aban de nani kom no hwe ni ya. Ebe boa ma charges na den aba fam. Ana ne wa unima okọ money ho na akọpe ka ato a. Car na nka kan na nka yeto no be 40,000 50,000 and it's over 200,000 so what you made ato. Because of duty na e port won nti. Nti niam bi e betima boa ma ahenhan nipa dodo na ma ye ho ato ye because me betting me nya bi me ntwa bi na me nua bi kan asem bi aboso kan na me de pa o se yi betting through aboso kan ni ono de na de na ye ma no but who said duty no so atia ba foma that is where ono so be bibia fim na say duty ba foma affect obi a o because cars are fro maintenance and tia ma bo kosro ya ye drive cars ni yi eniema ye koto be because ye eniema dodo o man mu nyina ye import the duty is ba foma affect obi a enti media mesre say yewra mahama na ni so ade hu na dream po a wo ma oman ani ni nsusuye akọ ho sika no de den aba betudwa de ehia no se betime ahwe aboa ama yeyi ama Ghana afa no to ampa fra ma yeso ho den atoyen in fact otie nsem ni bi wo ha is as if say NDC buy am di be afe just about 3 months ni entimi me expect you say me hu bi sronku bi hu bia so mo ye dabi yes 3 months and aban na den edi in fact see e ka say an appointment kra or ye kra wo wie enro e bi buy am mo menua Chumberima deputy director general Nakop Chumberima.
Hey, lawyer. Yeah, lawyer.
Yeah, lawyer.
Okay,
Nakop. Yeah, deputy director general. Na appointment aba. The lawyer yamo chinkwa.
Narcotics Control Commission.
Yes.
I see.
Any one on so wedding aka. Ye nwie mpo. Enti se wo so aban nim chinchinchin se. Ase onye bibi na onye bibi ma ye hu. Oya aban djuma nye enye you can say magic na dey omuyi. Eye with time nyama be sisi so. And in fact, as I say, you know, my NDC, any MPP, say, now we have government. I buy any yes, some. Yeah, some man you could say. And the campaign, and I can't say, Namasumi can't say, Namsamba may say, now one say no. Campaign is different from governance, no. Nisha any different from governance now, yeah, you know. But I buy any amount obey bia hunsun so bia no e ka o man ma enti oye na se nkoyi I see a train aban adwen den esi so ba da no pai e bi ni kwa dia ko se anything na nsu kura to un say Yerua Mahama onyum bia o kan say o kan obeye na mia menu pani tetenyo hunu the new IGP 40 years service Ghana Police Service yamani trinkwa yamana kwa abasoso ye ogidi se aban hihye emu nu nyina bi na enso den ode na ba mi obetimi aya amana broso ntina na me de sikasem de oton kubi okwan ho de oton koko abetra abonten trotro ni a trotro da ba wafa ne car eni yenuanu ma tonton ni ma wo krom ni na no nyina omani suade hu nyina na se aban be yen hihye pa ebe ma ade ton eden akoso amomanya musika atopoto na figures there tell ma ye nua ba pani or parliament metie the video bi o say empese beti inflation here inflation there the empese hu an se niam be den niam be koyi akofo mama oman ma eden enya so emfaso. That is what we need, Nana. The here so my man. Say Yerua Mahama ba ni susu ni susu adwen ane ni tiri po. Ni na djuma obeye dia ma oman Ghana ni di papa opeso oja echi no. Oman ma benya so mfaso. In fact, kroimu maka na mesa kire Yerua Mahama. Entimi chichiri kro ya bra ye be business men and women esi gender. Because omuna eboa ma oman no sika semede ejina fapem aban se aban de woni adwuma na aban nya mfaso businessmen nya mfaso a aban nya ho de eto agi. I am looking forward say post budget no a day will come Yerua Mahama beto nsa frɛ wona wo ye nnwuma wo man mu wona nyame ayo madom ma bie businesses ne ya hwɛ kwan ye betimi afaso resource wo nnwuma ma eniema etimi akoyi amoma bie wo ntaba mo etimi afa enipa dodo na ma sika etimi bank of botom na aban so anya na chefa so eden e dey free. In fact, prof okay na government agency bria I choked to
of course
enti time on ba say enya me dey say be yi obi edi mom dey na ba ko ba bi no unya kwan ntwam say dey see the cubicles hold on check ni mam yi am visit office bi emfie bi kakra bi atwa na msan ko ho bi na wo hwe ehɔ a then you ask yourself aban nipa dodo sen na obetima form adwumom na mom ye ka say Yerua despite it na fidie so yi na adwuma nya ba akopɛ Peace FM cry mo abaye multimedia mebo a mo wo Nit FM mo wo OK FM mo wo Hello FM osan wo ni this way e wo ho enti TV san ka ho se aban boa no So the emre bi etwa mu obo a pharmaceutical companies no to be economy others na aban ka so what businessmen ano na ya pesika bi dia che omo nsam na omatimi aboa me gidi say oman ne betimi ayeyi na oman ne betimi afa ntoma pa afira anya sadia aban sika bi obespend bia na spend ganzan or the boy oman but yen shede nya ho emfaso foforo den emma but mesra aban so projects but now no point na me catch the pop say me mentia say we are hospital ne aferi hospital basi na yenwi assign committee 111 hospitals yes come on, the politicians started dying na so musi no mumwe ya no must start for AC because obia person didn't name target dem ebo bibi ho ese o man ni sika na emuama o man no ye pesi nya na ye ntumi nya yes hospital baba bia ye pe ne mum ye wo ho akade ye se ye betima ye ne ba bia saa de nti ye mahama na daro my bro o hwɛ sika so a kaida road sector enya asem ketwa kofo obire wa ya mom contractor na say de wonim agya wa wofa o ya adwuma for almost our be say 12 years na akatua kwa ya ntua ne bi e say otonto na japade na odi kotuatua e ho ka entimisre emu akwadi ne mbo aya yemfa bi yeden enkogum e hososo onhwe ne yiye se ba yenko committee and self na that problem na yesi e pese ye kio no eno an ye koso eden yeah which will not help amwen because it's say yema enkofo a omo owo nyuma no nyuma sai sa and that will plead with him mi general dimu sre no say onye president a obesi saadi we anokwan say emfie nan bia na mfie nwotwe bia no e good business foforo dada ni a raise business foforo me sre no mompani adaroma ade ba ko butima ni say de owa ba beto no yemo ho ban se yemfa bi nka ho kora na yemo ho ban na se yetimi bo ho ban na nipa dodo e wo sika o man mu a kana be fa ntoma pa den afira because there's nowhere on my man ni ya abane be di abane ni hwan ya on my man ewo no and that is the reason why I say abane ba obia per appointment den akwa hye baabi because onim say okohwa ho no betime nya bibie den afiri na mom say ya ye niema yi a nya nipa nyina akwa no mkombe do say on be person mbo akoye abane adwuma enti me de mesre yewura mahama me di ma no sino na kohoma sika nsem a odi aba beto abonten no empire me bo an say the niso de hu no ehwam yi e papa a say koyi e betima bo o man Ghana na say ye ka ene say ye implement na toda na e kwan da emfimfi and na me prof kana o ka say budget no be hu mo be wi achi no they are allocating 100% and be kona 50% crown e dey call because you see kasem no na I mean we are challenged and te said ye pese bia yenya no enti mesre say ye cut expenditure na yen hwe se yen koye eniema soso a ebedu baabi no na akofa o hawe den e dia beto yen so na me dase
me so me dase onim papa bi e fe na nakobo
bi ni ba
oso mo ache
na me jene so pa na nakobo se onim se aban so na sen na ya bo na manisika e dia share business man I can imagine the number of people bit my form adwum yeram hama why be paying na me say o ka so ba ya obetima ye this time round no mesre no he should sit at the round table with the businessmen and women in this country from here to Gambaga from here to Hafasini Aflawo businessman bia any businesswoman bia inimu ombia no nana anintina mesre one tempe nana ko bo akasa hwe aban trimpo o de ba say emfa drip machines emfamra this assemblies nka enye boni but we say a started for year for penso but go and check say machine ba ko pe kwa ho this should be ana anyhow because you aban japade enti ka me say aban ba wo se yen kamo na enkoye yenya regional department aban eye adwuma en sustaining and video na e best say because nipa na o yisu kura na o say na emfa no ho me say Roma Hama say we can build up new contractors. Say a machines, the machines in Madia, every district be a young farmer private person. Now only I'm buying enya I can't say in Kitahudie contractor or ya juma or ma buying beer, a buying better in kakra be a bay in feed. And the ma contract for your crack no be a quack you mikrum domia braquine because district no your contractor or her or near buying one share. Or ye juma or say by am fidini beti miache na sika ye dia koto say am fidino enkoye ka emfa me da o manzo tinana kobo oni o team nyina me chiamo wo gidi say o mempani atemonka definitely oni mu behia because Ghana iye enti that's it
Mate prof
The Cardinal.
Ona ankasa ene so time atia me pa to the fabe 6 minutes na menko.
Okay, thank you so much, The Cardinal. Na menchia abusuafo agimre etie yen ne wono mu a omuhwe yen nyina ne titru unuanom mienu etio baako Timothy million oye estimator ma ECG wasukwa district Kumasi anopa Timothy michia pa one unua pani Adoma Mr. Adoma ono no ye ECG boss ejeso michia mu nyina nana ya so budget requirement omampeni asuma the finance minister Dr. Atuforsen Emma wababe ye ni eso ye Dr. Atuforsen as a person na minim so betimi aye former deputy finance minister there na enso ne ye na me sure so no so ne the first time in many years yenya politician na ankasa member of parliament or some politician na wababe finance minister yo for safuma funum DNM say achekakra yo for ban redu mo DNM say achekakra in recent times or no any active politicians where Dr. Kabranado for no shedanya politicians di ho enua ofuriata ken ono so no shedanya politicians me ye sure say politicians never be this way omutimi balance sa professional requirement no any political requirement because sabe politics mu na ya na professionalism no the bombe bra na wo cause disaffection na me feel say kwan of us wa oko jom eko interactive jadi for ni ade nyina yeah only a politician will realize I must touch with the people and come as professional bankers for ni then for no
by no cry we be say okoho da ben and a budget and about da ben and at the time okojo onye sure say no budget
why awie no awie no awie me dem say no awie because eventually the outcome of the budget didn't capture any input from no but politically no and sometimes yes subject versus optics so here we been so the phone can feel like at least for the first time will be our present budget by ho ebia na join na mantem next time mo kontem a obetimi inkoketi omu inputs no into be nti enye menwanwa ono ye politician a young man ne o ye nyanwanwa kra obetimi aye we can only wish him well ne ehwe say o ko nanim no obekoso aye the finance minister for the people na wetimi ama niema akwa no wano ntentem nya minister mai bia na afene so kwa na eko ye kata ye niti ye seboso memiensa kodada bibini na ese kwa na enko no manfo no ha o budget na nkasa nso a facts wom na politics nso wom kakra levy say nim say na politically it has to be taken away, it has been taken away, betting tax, but emission levy there na ya say nim say already was not in operation, but them say ni enti man boss no say bia say mra ne da so da ho there and wanye like you be famra no start to implement it, but the kwase me wom ni say na do ne MPP aban anyi emission levy no it say taxes bi no mu e ba ya amanfo na mpa amanpani twesan ye in those times nti obobo sa afo ne ka ho a na e bia say politics kakra timi bam ni ade ma ye fe nia eye amanfo bi no nso aboto sema na say eye emom so mura hu nti bi mu ani je ene investors ya mu to bet ni ade di em so mu ani ajepa na ka wonu mu no mu expect say COVID-19 no levy no anom so mbe ye free hono eno so mbe henu mayi aka yenuanom a omu ekra ne ema adwadifo import duty se na menua sofo Charles na okeka obobo so aka omu nso obekaya generally I'm saying ye course no dey a repeated version because by this time 8 years ago now openi kenufuri atanso akako kan na dia ohwa and then investors bi ani ho but na aboso kan sese na jama e koso ho pa no mani agye ye kai pa enche bia sa na yes ye free bi nuisance taxes mako 17 na kenufuri ataje ne white no gina ho no kan we metwem te say na menu ato force so ye abolished scrapped then say bia 17 ma omo he ha omo 8 years ago by this time the same thing and then ye ka say adwadifo no ne omo kra ne ma no wo hwe omo commentary ayeba omo anhye den hu what is in it for them ye nyina so ye tie bi ye hu what is in it for them ama hono nti o kan picture no a these people were happy 7 years or 8 years ago and a different group are happy but the question is na ebetimi ama oman no nyini akona nim se na ye pe no I think says oma trade and industry na sem here ebetimi ama oman na akona nim nyini na akona nim ti me kan obrofo ma wo hu I think the budget focuses more on creating more disposable income so hu enti of say you live in it disposable income so betting tax momu ye no so disposable enti or broaden disposable income but se nipa no what disposable income na say still no ano trade bre other areas na so far your income will still not be able to match up with condition of the standard of living the cost of living is enti it's a good start but I think say sa budget mu some ministries will go down kakra omubeye din kakra menye sure say adwadifo a omune menuaba Elizabeth ebeye adwuma wo trade ministry hono sabi in this budget they will be too excited in fact there was nothing much in it for them so na sports menua Kofi Adams I don't know whether near location near the but enim kra de ni enim say lotteries any bettings no so or dedicated funds bi hono mu anka because abri a ye free hoyi no how is the sports ministry going to get almost a dedicated source and near free consolidated fund mu ban na ya enye ade a eda form and na menu cha say kan no ebe wi ase no na consolidated fund no sports EGB asemi so esi obabi anu so ye hia ska de akọ we ko ye nkrofo de akọboa obi de so one of the easiest place they will go and cut your this one and take you to go and do something sports agree here be na sports here be ade nti nanka dedicated fund bisa no nanka here it secures the sports ministry but unfortunately ye free hosenia ye nti no ebinum ani beje ebinum rebeho one of the ministries are made the mitie pa and near manche de nimu ma omo the trade and industry ade I'm sure say we are going for next year budget ni be so but for now the trade and industry I mean share them who the good news in it for them sports nso me share them who the good news in it for them na wono mu a good news wo mu ma omo ena eso mu hwe no mu de omusika no so ye nia eyese omu de ye agrek number 1 agrek Menua Kokrokoo I don't have any doubt as in his ability to lead the area be president mama nanka may appointment anka Kokrokoo mu say nka me na nyane ne mabonidi nka I won't think twice about him excellent ability to do esunafo south for ne onumu a omunim no nim say kuayo de sebe obetimi aye ne aka ne say odene na besi form na enye just yakọ workshop ya yese ye be program preaching feed everybody then na ebewia say na the real kuaye nye won kran kuaye nye wo office kuaye nye wo air condition workshop conference rooms kuaye no ye wo form ho o pe obi a obeso na sene kuaye mu a yen floaty advert e ma microphone for papers ma ebewia say na kuani na nkasa shedan ho na obi tinkran na the papers need and no dey nya support over 30 years near your call Fourth Republic afie bia ye best farmer district municipal regional national omunkwa ye bebre call them together now and let them be the instrument through which you will yield at it because mo bia nche danko no timi abon homodin abe district best farmer abon homodin abe national best farmer when you bring them together safo we betimi aboa ma Greek na ye I don't have any doubt about menua Jaboso this year Kwabdaminta Kando and his ability to manage the health ministry. We will just pray and support them. Near her say Omaino baby umso ndo efano ebema ahunhare and I say yehun ahenhan kakra debt ne ne manema de brain ho me nkomu sisia, but in summary most of debt ya budget no announce ye yes Kokrokoo 32 billion then there are evidence abounding say a chunk of it was inherited because Kokrokoo the nyefi na aba sa 10 billion 30 something billion the mube 10 billion were inherited e breba mu a ye behwe debt na ya ye kaka ne sa no so no na ye fantu ye hofo say yen hwe na yen ti en sem free ongoing activities one san na ya chefo for us yes the debts just keep piling emre ni won ka mebo bi a cho sisi
emre ni won ti ma men comments and thumbs yes na men sorry so anope prof me da sepa nya min shira Tommy fa me 6 na aka na men pon
yo na me da se bio na message say aban baye this is the third month after swearing in terms of last week na aban Kenya 3 months. In fact, prior to the budget, not discussions was very clear. Say, budget we and your budget are ever solve Ghana problems in and I believe say, a dear Bakwa may not me expect to say a buying a bay and they say, and go buy. The first thing about any be books no munyina chere Ghana for one by one first state own enterprise we know be in the books so ECG nanka wa friends some chere for nanka account a buy account nyina yeden some chere for akwa sika edem so that people will truly understand the true extent of the mess by now otwemu no ejaye
na okonso
huh? Only the same thing. One year, a ban of better national super mayor.
Waste of time.
But no, any waste of time. You see,
was virtually
because Okasana miti and metie minister so tia also metie in semana oka metie press conference and NPP 4 year. And I'm say ya magana for hunu boni amudi ansa na mo container sabi within 2-3 days manuat me den e kasa tia mu te said here matno position 10 years when this is the first budgeter abaino why ena me kai minister or say your friend saying COVID tax abaino COVID tax one they buy. So and you say yanka say ma the abana nyina bibi o budget num nyina yo. Obianka say bibi o budget num nyina ye. I have my own reservations. Me wo baby anka me gidi say omo ye nisi anka beboa. Omo ye nisi anka beboa. And I'm expecting say that is how the conversation should go from the minority. But you want to pointing fingers, criticizing the government for taxes you introduce, for not scrapping taxes you introduce. Oh, Nana, Edusa, that now abanye dada na ocho muno. Oh, so taxes many ye ekunkum Ghanaian businesses no. Abino today have the moral right to say I then abine and this abine any taxes way. But you know, Nana you how difficult it is to remove a tax once it is implemented. A lot of adjustments need to be made, both fiscal and monetary adjustments, to be able to sustain the gaps that will be created by the removal of the taxes. And to say must start some of the most severe nuisance taxes baby a nuisance be. And to the level of the nuisance of the budget of the taxes. Na me fro kakra. Enti budget mu mayi 6. Me there na ma be be 4. By November me can next year budget na mayi di aka no.
But
that is how it is supposed to be, because a bank cannot get up and remove 15, 16, 17 different taxes.
But what stops a bank from explaining to Ghanaians?
You throw the budget off gear.
What stops a bank from explaining to Ghanaians? Okay, when you went, may you wear.
But that is not the basis for Nippon or the taxes they buy to come and criticize. Or no, they buy,
But are you saying, sir,
Ghanaians can complain? So Ghanaians can make that argument.
But not before I'm here for.
Oh, they say don't come.
Mensa Thompson, Tommy, I got 2 minutes.
It's Yami Patcher and say, you're more buying some space. Na resetting the adjustments no only no kakra because a baby buyer or the kuku the first budget okoyi abuso kan taxes abuso kan 422 ntomo 2 pound go mo we saw the end of that budget. They had to come back and your friend said compile more taxes to make up for the gap those taxes they removed created. About we said there be mean corners are route no. Mean petite, mean pentem and betty import duty so giddy. When I haven't found a way to plug the shortfall of those revenue, because those revenue has already been aligned in government's expenditure and appropriation framework. Entino, mayan kakra. They say maybe. Your friend is saying capping and alignment.
I'm okay.
Or say there be my say if we get fund. When you hear sika the education musika, my own capeno, your first can in free SHS. Any child, your own cape fund no, your first sika and to a photomu, your for being ye Mahama case. Your for being support to a moment to medical bills. Media budget review, mini obesaba. The other 12 taxes na minister can want some no. Some will go. Some of those statutory funds will be uncapped. November, abandon 2026 budget. You can come and uncap the rest. But that time, no, the government has been able to grasp the full extent of the economy, and knows okay. Me way free anam the kwasha hebeyi. Me way free anam the way besha hebeyi. But not in the first budget. You create a whole mess for 8 years, and you want the government to use one, if it's a 3 months budget, the first budget to solve all the messes you created. That is unfair. That's disingenuous. And I think that we should call the NPP people out. It's disingenuous. Press conference, I know me too. Almost and say, you were the finance minister just 3 days ago. I don't know. Work on 1 year. Why didn't you implement the things you are complaining about today? Space. Now, research no no. They should go on a path, on a tangent, gradually, in a way and manner that since the number isn't up, without even realizing but one more creative problem, no? They should be the last people to be screaming on top of their voices.
Mate, Mensa Thompson, Penia, Oda Asepa Ano, Yaka, Asepa, Yaka, Alliance for Social Equity and Public Accountability, Asepa, Enono. Reverend Charles Ousu, NFA Professor Smart Sapon, Director, Institute of Research, Innovation and Development, Ewo Kumasi Technical University. And Sanomo Ebeshomo Dianaseno na Honorable Kojo Opon Kroma MP of Wanse Airebi, ranking member, Economy and Development Committee of Parliament. Na wati ono so enka. Abusia na otwe iso so ha na mede mu esie na mada munyina se but mamemfa happy birthday Emma Kwaku Asareba our Jack and Jill school obviously my happy birthday na afi so Orayire Esther Nyakoa Kisi Ofori also controller and accountant general's department China so awoda eba all students of Equipment Senior High School say yema advance happy birthday now otwe iso so Dr. Faradexin Kennedy Asante says so for Kuja Asante Stephen Balfour Peter Square Isaac Opoko Pretty Joyce and Afi Dominic Nyanyovo and Nana Pepra omo ene hihye dwuma nam di ho chia me minian ma kamne mo studio tour omo ede jado bonkrata bedwa so omo chechire mu ton ade ema yen na na ya konedu ma me bia makwafo na poso hima adwoa yeboa ejei ena afi ohene na na kwame amo ena Ghana nkrasifo nyina ye boys SP odi ahenkan kwame yeboa every nana ya okese obetimi afreme the cardinal me nam tremu ema Ghana's morning voice chairman general kwame sefakan senior etipa nyame eya adoma chiri ebesan abetoa esom no so Kokrokoo Benson ene motona kopim sepremo ebeto me de radio asundue eja obia makramu nyina
Peace FM.
Yeah, near FCF. I am a winnie. We better say me come. We better say me come.
You better show.
Maybe I better show. So why?
Capital O2 Emedro FCF. Esi simia mamini aje dodo. Kane me kwa feature na ye me ya.